So, I've given myself a new camera angle. I've clearly put the camera on top of my head rather than on the side, because the camera kept rubbing on my shoulder and it was getting on my nerves. It wasn't allowing me to turn my head properly sometimes. So I've put it on the top. So you might be wondering, how the fuck did I remove those really awesome, hard to remove 3M VBS? Oh, what the fucking hell, man. Above or at or above, never below. We're fucking doing a below right now. Yeah, that 3M VBS sticky pads, they are really fucking good. They are so powerful that they just stick to anything really well. And I used a hairdryer. I went on YouTube and I searched how to remove 3M VBS pads, and hairdryer. Hairdryer is the key. Hairdryer is the way. And so I removed my sticky pads, and that was that. Put a new one on top, lined it up using the Drift phone app, you know, where you can see on the screen using the Drift's personal Wi-Fi. So that was that. And I'm coming out on my bike at the moment, late on Thursday evening, because I want to test the new camera angle out and about, but I also want to go out and get some ciders, because the Grand Prix on Sunday and I want to get drunk whilst watching the Grand Prix, because that's what I always do. Not fucking paralytic, only a couple of bottles. I mean, it's nothing. But so anyway, yeah, new camera angle on top instead of on the side, and a side effect will be that when I'm going fast, when I'm doing naughty speeds, there's a lot less work involved in covering up the speedo, as a kind of better to be safe than sorry safety measure for my own legal security. Because anyone who's done the old blurring thing, trying to follow the speedometer with the blur tool in Sony Vegas, knows that it can be quite tedious if you're doing a long stretch of blurring. So that's the reason, that's one of the benefits. Oh. Oh, I can't see my camera anymore. Have some of that, mate. So I hope you guys like the new camera angle. I've now got my cider, by the way, so it's all good. What else is there? That's about it, really. What have I got planned this weekend? The main hope for this weekend, other than watching the GP, is to fit my full exhaust system. Because the cunt who sent, well, he's not a cunt, he's just a bit of a retard. The guy who sent my, the first half of it, actually, let's split down here. So the guy who sent the first half of my exhaust only sent the first half so far, and he's taken ages to send the second half. And I'm waiting to receive the second half, and I'm hoping that it, well, he said that it's going to come tomorrow, basically. Tomorrow or Saturday. So I'm praying that it does, so I can actually fucking fit it. I've been waiting like 2 weeks to fit this motherfucker. So that's the main hope for this weekend. Other than that, I'm going to fit some additional brake lights to the rear, which should be quite fun. Basically 4 strips of LEDs. Red LEDs, of course. What else have we got? Oh yeah, and I've also got 3 full sets of bolts to fit that replace the standard bolts. They replace pretty much most of the stainless steel Allen key bolts across all of the engine and the screen and the fairings across the whole bike, and it goes from stainless steel uncoloured, which is the standard obviously, to brushed blue aluminium. Yeah. I must admit, oh yeah baby. Yeah. I must admit, when I first got them out of the packet, I was a bit concerned that they are very light. In fact, they almost feel like plastic. Yeah, they felt like plastic bolts. They're so light and they feel like the slightest sign of torque and they'll just strip immediately. So I'm a bit worried about that. But I'm sure it'll be okay. I've got all the torque settings from the service manual that I found online, so that'll be good. To actually have them all at the right torque. Bit of a funny story actually. In the chain lube video, I removed the drive sprocket cover. And when I did that up, I did it up so tight to try and make sure it wasn't going to come off. And then I went into the service manual and saw that the torque setting for that was like 1.5... Oh no, actually, no, I think it was 10 Newton meters, which is like nothing. So that was a bit weird. I mean, that was a bit of a fuck up. I could have stripped the thread of the inside for all I know. No idea what that little child said to me. Oh yeah, and I've also got new bar ends coming. I don't know when they're going to come. They're going to replace these standard... There you go, you can see them now. The standard black ones with some blue ones. Again, we're sticking with the blue because I like the contrast between the matte grey and the blue wheels. So we're going with blue bolts, blue bar ends, an Arrow full exhaust system, and the additional brake lights. That was it, the additional brake lights.
Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. Yeah. And we gon' make you lose